Did the church made a mistake when they prayed President Ruto and Kenya called the government into power? The answer is absolutely no. There is what we call free will. There is what we call free will, and human beings are allowed to think and to do what they want to do. The same applies to angels. That's why even Lucifer decided to go against God's will, because even angels have free will. Remember, even God himself regretted creating human beings. When you read the book of Genesis chapter 6, verse 6, this free will made human beings sleep with angels. And angels annoyed God, and human beings annoyed God. President Ruto was not the only president prayed into power. Even President Kenyatta was prayed into power, even Moi. Nothing happens in Kenya just like that. The only thing is because about President Ruto, it was so much on the media, and it was during campaign. But because of free will, President Ruto decided to do things against people's will and sometimes against God's will. Maybe the time he brought Bill Gates to Kenya, he should have consulted the church. When he was doing finance bill, he should have consulted the church about agriculture, or this horticulture bill, he should have consulted the church. Even the Adani deals, he should have consulted the church. And remember, the church is the people. So the parliament should consult the people about extension of term limits, about introduction of prime minister posts. Everything should be consulted the church, the people. But if a president makes a mistake and he was prayed into power, then the church should not be blamed. Remember, even Abraham was promised to have so many sons by God, but he slept with his maid. Moses was promised to go to Canaan and had gone for long with God, so many years with God, but because of his anger, he never reached Canaan. But remember, Moses repented. Solomon was anointed by God, he was chosen by God, but later he had so many wives and concubines, and he did build Asherah poles to his foreign wives, to the devil, and he annoyed God. David was anointed by God. God says David is a person of his own heart. But remember, David killed a soldier and married his wife. So even Saul was anointed by God. But later Saul consulted a diviner to get a solution. And God rejected Saul and anointed David. So if God can repent, if God can regret creating human beings, how about human beings selecting or praying an individual in? So instead of people blaming the church so much, instead of people attacking the church, that they suggested the wrong person. But remember, even the opposition, now you have seen how the opposition is behaving. So it means even if the opposition was in power, more or less thing could have happened. So instead of complaining, people should ask God for solution. They should pray and act, because prayers and action can make wonders. If God removed Saul from power, he can remove anybody from power. But at times, things happen for God's will, for God's purposes. Remember, even God anointed Pharaoh, because God wanted Pharaoh to do what he did, so that Israelites can learn some things, so that Israelites can understand the powers of God. Church should not be blamed. Individual pastors, individual priests can be blamed, yes, but church and the people should not be blamed. Even in the next coming election, they will pray peoples into power. But same people might change later. So, since David repented, since Moses repented, we don't know, the current government might repent. They might repent, yes, they might not repent. But if judgment has been passed spiritually, everybody will see the results.